Right? You still got to shake it off.
I'm good.
Store's closed.
Yeah, store's closed.
So I've been hanging around here like a fixture for about the last 2
Yeah,
hours.
I know, it got crazy.
So you bought a few collections. I guess we're going to kind of talk about. This is quite a diverse mix of stuff. Short of like gold. Well, you did buy some gold today.
We've been buying a lot of gold. Bought jewelry today. Today was a wild day though. Weird, different stuff. I don't want to say weird, but different stuff. Like a day with just a lot of diversity and variety, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
and let everybody know it's a Saturday, so
Yeah.
I think if anyone wants to have time to come on by the shop, it's going to be today.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about gold.
Yep.
What are you seeing as far as the buying selling mentality of shoppers for gold, with it being crazy as it is?
Yeah, that craziness. I mean, it's been moving, but we've had almost 4 months of near consistent selling with very, very little buying. Just it seems like everyone's been nervous, waiting to see, what's going to happen. Well, I mean, we're buying 50 plus ounces a week and then selling maybe 5, 10, sometimes more, but it hasn't been the consistent buyers, like a big buyer here and there, and then like a bunch of big sellers, bunch of little sellers. And now that's starting to swing where we're still seeing the same amount of people selling, the same amount of overall inventory, but we're getting more buyers, more people, more, I want to get into some gold. I think now's the time, more 1 to 2 ounce buyers. We've had a couple big purchases in the last couple weeks, so it seems like momentum's starting to shift there.
Yeah. Now, was it really just about people not knowing what the heck the market's doing, so they're just kind of standing pat, and then it's gone on long enough, like, well, I'm gonna sit here and watch this ticker continue to go up and up and up.
Yeah.
Am I just gonna sit around now?
I think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of people were hanging out like, okay, it's 21. Can't believe it's 21. How did it hit 21? I'm going to wait. It's going to pull back to 2000. And then it hits 22. And then the people who started thinking at 21, it's going to pull back. And they start going, okay, shoot. Maybe I should have got in on it. Now I'm going to wait. Now if it pulls back to 2150, that's where I'm going to pull the trigger. And then it goes 2250, 2280, 23. I mean, we almost didn't even see 2200. It was like 2180, 2300 in the span of a couple days, I think. So that really starts to push people like, all right, now I think the time's to jump on it is here.
Yeah, I remember probably not even 60 days ago where it tested the floor of 2000. It actually dipped under 2000.
Yeah.
For a moment, like not even a day. And then now we're, testing almost 2,400. That's kind of crazy.
I've heard a couple people say it hit 24, and I don't know if I think it did like an overnight trading. So I didn't see it because we weren't here like paying attention.
Yeah, that was the other night. Someone said, when it closed, I think you were on stream on Whatnot.
We were,
And then someone said, breaking news, it hit 2,400, and you double checked, and you're like, sure enough.
Yeah.
Kind of like that last second before the markets closed, it hit 2,400.
I remember because we were right in the middle of Whatnot stream.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to talk, and I'm looking at April going, I guess it's like that. And then I'm looking at my phone, I'm going, it's there. And then I'm like, we just bought 35 ounces today. I'm like, should I just stop this stream and go lock prices on stuff overnight? And I was like, oh, we'll just let it roll. But yeah.
Well, this is kind of, I guess, new territory for you, right? Because you're buying and buying and buying. Mm-hmm. And the question is, what do you hold or what do you send off? I mean, it's like, the way it is today isn't what it was, say, 6 months ago, even though there were premiums on, silver and gold, I guess. But
for sure. But we're
kind of weird right now.
And we're seeing this real sustained sell-off from people, whether it's higher than it's ever been, so people are taking profits, or whether it is we've all taken a 25% pay cut due to inflation, so people need money. even with the recent upturn in people buying, it's not matching anywhere close to what we're selling, and we don't have unlimited money to just sit on 100 ounces of gold. So we're having to wholesale good amounts. If we're doing that, people in Kansas are doing that, people in New York are doing that. So everyone is wholesaling out, and then premiums have pulled down from wholesalers. So we're just having to kind of move through product just to keep liquidity for people.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, someone comes in, you don't want to say, well, we don't have the ability to buy things. I know some other dealers where people are coming in saying, hey, are you guys buying? Because XYZ has told me they're not buying today. And it's like, no, we're always buying. It's just at what point we can buy at to be able to know we have an exit strategy for it, to make a little bit of money, still be able to provide that service for customers, and, you know, keep the doors open, of course.
Yeah, I talked to a buddy of mine, and he said, yeah, it's like everything you buy right now, it's your money doesn't go as far, because you have to buy less of it to achieve, you know, what you want. You know, again, it was like 2 months ago, you could have gotten 5 ounces of gold for $10,000.
Yeah.
And then now it's 4 ounces. Right about to the button, right?
Well, and that's the new territory we're in, where people are wanting to do $10,000, and it's like, oh, you can't do 5 ounces for $10,000. I guess, you know, it's $2,500 an ounce with premiums and everything. Stuff on the cheap is $2,440, $2,460 ish. You know, if we're moving through a lot of product and giving people, you know, good deals on stuff.
Weren't you buying a few 5 ounce bars, or you had someone that was interested in actually buying that?
We had a couple that was interested in 10 ounce bars. I've had a few people asking about 5 ounce bars. I have maintained this in all the years that we've been doing this. I think our opinion is a 10 ounce bar is the worst possible thing that you can use your money to buy. You're going to get a premium cut on it, but you're going to have, you know, we had an elderly couple, and they were like, we want 10 ounce bars. It's just 10 ounce bars. We want the cheapest gold. It's the cheapest. And we're sitting there talking to them like, I get that it's the cheapest, but it's $8 an ounce different. So $80 a bar. For $80 a bar, you've got $23,000+ tied up in one product. You can't go in and sell it for cash anywhere. You know, dealers aren't just sitting on thousands and thousands of dollars for a product that they don't turn over that fast. The next person who comes in and says, I want a 10 ounce silver bar, those are few and far between. Now, someone coming and saying, I want 5 ounces, I want 2 ounces, 10 people coming in and saying, I want 1 ounce of gold, that's common. But all that tied up in one so you can save $80 in premium, that's not worth it to me. I mean, I suppose there's certain types of buyers, if you're an oil billionaire, or royalty, maybe it's fine because you're sitting on so much gold that it's, you know, who cares? You've got more gold than you can imagine. But for a casual buyer, or I want to take $60,000 to $80,000 to invest in gold, having that much tied up in one thing just seems like a bad deal.
Yeah, especially when you hear that banks have a hard time. You walk in the door, you know, you're a coin dealer, so you constantly go to the bank, you know, to pull out physical cash, not a couple thousand at a time, mind you, but, you know, you need that $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. And I would imagine there are times where banks just don't have that available at that moment in time. You know?
There's, you know, it's always dicey. Like, well, the last couple of times we've been busy here, so I'm like, hey, we'll run over to the bank, and they've been having to scrounge for her. Like, okay, we'll come up with what we can, but they got to go to the back room, and they got to go out. So it's tough anymore. Banks aren't holding a high volume of cash. We're fortunate that, like, our bank knows us, so they try to keep a good amount on hand. But, you know, they don't know what the day's going to look like either. So if they're holding stuff and other people happen to come in and pick up 2, 3, 4, 5,000 here and there, they run through what they have on hand pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, especially the ones that do a lot of merchant type services.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have quite a bit of stuff for
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, today was wild.
Would you like to give us a rundown of so all of this? I guess did all this come from one person?
No, this was 3 different people. 4, I guess. 4. The bulk of it was 2, but then a couple people had a few things. So
Yeah,
like we had a woman and her mother who the father was a collector. He passed away, so this was inheritance and stuff. So, proof sets. He'd been doing it for a long time. So, I mean, we have modern proof sets up to 2020, and then old casino tokens. Some
And
kind
they
of
call those what, silver strikes?
Silver Strikes, yeah, from Reno. Just one random Silver Eagle. And then they had a good grouping of old Franklin Mint, sterling,
Is that
silver.
what these things are?
Yeah. Let's say these are Franklin Mint.
925. They make them look. Make them look fancy. They even have a little stand in them, don't they?
Yeah, these ones were for absolute display stand. This one is actually kind of nice with the pea stub and the olive reed. Franklin Mint stuff. And then, I mean, same thing under the... We had some random currency, silver certificates.
Nothing that'll blow you away.
Nothing that was like outrageous. A couple star notes in there, but not in good condition. But
Yeah.
decent stuff. More Franklin Mint. This is sterling silver.
Wow.
This
That's
one
like a first day cover. Is that what they call that? Or
Oh yeah, with the stamp on it.
yeah.
Yeah, the commemoration of the founding of St. Patrick Church of the Monastery. And this
That's,
one, I thought it was funny. This was sold to them. They had an old receipt in it. This is from You're Two Goofies, Rare World Coins. I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
have address on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's check.
Yeah, I was
Good
like,
point.
yeah,
no address. We're
I'll
good.
name one there.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, I've never heard of Your Two Goofies, Rare World Coins. If they're still out there, hope you're doing good business. Good name. Cool name, I suppose.
A lot of those fly-by-night companies, they're no longer around.
Yeah. And so, I mean, same thing here.
What are
We've
these
got-
binders right here? Are these all Franklin Mint
This
as
is
well?
all Franklin Mint, yeah.
Good gravy.
All Franklin Mint here. These are all...
And they're all sterling, right?
Yeah,
Is
they're
that what
sterling.
they are?
So they're 92.5% silver. They were all like 23.6 grams.
Yeah. So how much does that normally equate? Like, let's say if someone came in with a few and think that, because Franklin Mint, didn't they overcharge for these things, and you were on like a
People were on a
subscription
subscription. They did
Yeah.
plans like that. I'm trying to see right now with market pricing.
because they overproduce quite a bit of this stuff.
Yeah, they sold this stuff in droves in the 70s, mid 70s to early 80s. So we see
Yeah.
this stuff all the
Yeah.
time. It's sat in someone's basement. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out the exact market price. 28.84.
And they got to a point where they were just doing this weird oddball stuff, a lot of religious
Yeah, it's a lot of
type of
religious.
pieces, which, you could make the argument that, it's not everybody's cup of tea, based off of that kind of subject. But
Yeah, and then a lot of religion. They did a lot of religious Christmas stuff, a lot of presidential stuff, like presidential. All of the at that time it would have been the 39 presidents or whatever.
they did a space program series too. I think
did
I saw one of those with like
They did
Apollo
space
and,
program.
yeah.
They've done Great Americans in History with Mark Twain and I can't think of any of their great Americans. I only like Mark Twain. Let's say Nixon. Let's just different important figures in American history, essentially. So yeah, about a little over $20 worth of silver in them. I had to remind myself what they were. We just added all this up weight wise and then multiply from there. So I forgot.
So
what
with something
did
like
with
this,
it.
what's the course of action? What do you have to do to? Do you resell these or scrap them or
Typically, this is a melt product because you can see them on eBay with wild numbers that people ask for them.
Sure,
But
yeah.
then you go to the sold items, and there's a few, if they have like rarer mint ones, there's a few that'll move every now and then, but more times than not, you see no sold items on eBay. So the money from someone who's buying them is just in turning it quickly, going and melting it, and making a few bucks on it instead of trying. It's hitting a double or a single instead of trying to hit a home run. You can put it on eBay and you hope you get the right guy, but
it could sit there for a couple weeks or 3 months.
It could sit there for months.
And knowing Franklin Mint stuff, by how flooded the market is, my consensus is like 6 months.
Yeah. There's no
maybe longer.
There's no shortage of stuff like this everywhere. So it's not tough. It's tough product to move. It's easy product to buy because at least it's got silver in it. They had a bunch of like the presidential medallions that were popular sets in the 80s, and they had no metal value in them, no silver,
they were
no
kind of like
copper.
a nickel or a German silver or whatever that.
Yeah, it's just like a copper, nickel, who knows? So, I mean, that stuff, like, no value in it. Like, I don't even know what to do with it.
Donate it to the kids.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then, this was kind of funny. They had a Jimmy Carter medallion. But it was neat.
Is that real 10 karat gold?
It's 10 karat gold. Yeah. But that's how much nobody likes Jimmy Carter's. They only gave him a 10 karat gold.
Yeah, because everybody else was 14, 18.
Everyone else is. I've never seen a presidential medallion less than 14. But JC, Jimmy Carter, they're like, 10 karat for you, buddy.
Yeah. He's the only surviving president because Reagan's no longer around. Bush, Senior, there's just a whole bunch of them, and all the first ladies are gone.
Yeah.
Rosalind Carter just passed away, right, last year or something like that.
That's true.
Yeah. So
but
he is kicking. Yeah, enough about that. All right, so we talked about gold.
It was kind of funny too. I made that joke. And the lady, she looked like I was like, I'm sorry, were you a Jimmy Carter fan? And she's like, no. I was like, okay.
That's why I ended up in the sell pile.
Yeah. I thought it was a safe joke because I didn't know there was many Jimmy Carter fans.
Yeah.
Well, he's done a lot of decent stuff outside of his presidency, but in his presidency, I mean, I was an infant, but my parents were like, yeah, it was great standing in line for gas. What a neat thing.
Yeah, with their 1975 Ford LTD or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So you got a little hoard of silver, all from the same person, huh?
Yeah, hoard of silver, and it was interesting. They came in with like some fake Confederate notes and some foreign coins that weren't like. Yeah, they had a fake Confederate note that was $100,000 note. And I was like, well, they weren't running around with $100,000.
Did they say copy or?
Yeah, it said facsimile on the bottom of them. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, well, so that's not worth anything. Do you buy silver? So we were like, yeah, we buy silver. So then
expecting the worst.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, okay. So they came in. They had like 2 ammo containers filled with this.
Wow, that's cool.
It's the same thing. The lady's dad. Apparently, this is about the first quarter of it. They said. So they're going to kind of wait to see what happens with the market. They're like, well, we'll get off of some of it now, and then we'll kind of wait to see. They're like, we just kind of wanted to get a feel of what you pay so we know kind of what things are going to look like.
Grants, 25 maple there. We got some, just generic.
Yeah, these are generic Sunshine Mint, the ones that look like the Silver Eagles. But
You've been waiting for a score like this for a while, huh? Just so you don't have to go out and order more.
We finally have turned around. For a long time, we were buying a lot of silver, and then we just offloaded some of it to a couple different buyers. And I was like, are we gonna have to like actually order stuff? We've been rolling in silver for months now. And so this was it was nice timing because we literally were like, maybe on Monday we'll lock prices and we'll just order some stuff and kind of restock the shelves. So this is kind of what we needed right now. The 5-ounce bar, flag bars these are Highland Mint. These are really cool.
These are all Highland Mint, right?
Yeah.
Just different variations.
Yeah,
so a couple
Highland
silver
Mint.
count 10s in there.
Yeah. And then 1/2 ounce. These look also like the Eagle, but these are not Sunshine. I believe these are Golden State Mint.
Yeah. Except for these are all Australia.
Oh, yeah, there was a few of those that were snuck in there.
That's cool.
Some Britannias, 2021 Britannias with the Queen on them.
I guess same narrative here as far as gold. People are a little bit uncertain. If this price is going to hold up, and
and
they're selling, but not necessarily buying, right?
Yeah, and if gold swung up big time, silver also went. I mean, I don't even think I saw it at 26 because it was. I mean, it's been between 24 and 20 for the longest time, and maybe it ran up to 25 and pulled right back. And we hit 24.50, and then it was like 25. I'm like, oh, we finally got 25. And
I think there were like 2 consecutive days where it went up 75 cents, and another day went up 80. So it leapfrogged 26.
Yeah, so it literally went it went from 25.50 to 27 in 2 days. And it was it was at 26 for maybe one day, maybe half of a day. And then it skipped right from 26 to 27 to 28 to 28.85 right now, 28.80, something like that. So, yeah, it seems to be moving. People are starting to get interested again. We're starting to get like more phone calls of, we're thinking about getting into silver. What do you have? So,
because we're not seeing that pullback like we were at the beginning of the year, where it's like a weird 14, 20-day cycle.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
it goes up $4, goes down $3, and then all around.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. So I take it you're just gonna keep all these.
Yeah, we'll probably keep all these. We have seen on Whatnot. I forget. There's a couple people that keep asking us about the flag bars. Mm-hmm. I think they meant the 1 ounce because they do this design in 10th ounce, 1 ounce, and there's various. Yeah. But these I think will probably be popular on Whatnot. Maybe the Buffaloes. But yeah, this is stuff we'll hold and sell out of the shop, and eventually, people right now we're getting, like I said, more people looking to get over that $2,000 tax threshold, so they can take advantage of investor rates, I guess.
I agree. The American flag, it screams American.
Yeah,
and that's everybody's patriotic, and that I'm sure you're going to sell out of those bars quicker than anything else.
Well, it's like we've always said. The only thing more American than a 5-ounce silver flag bar is a 10-ounce silver flag bar. I mean, realistically.
Yeah, maybe a kilo flag bar that existed, right?
100-ounce bar. I think they might make those in hundreds. I'm not sure.
Wow.
If they do, I want one.
That's cool. All right, well, I think we kind of saved the best for last, didn't we?
This is the stuff that
this was a very interesting acquisition. Yeah, you and I had talked back and forth a couple times about this, and my wife ended up buying one of the pieces.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll share on video on that one.
Yeah, this stuff was. We'll get into the more collector stuff. This stuff, guy came in, and this is part of being in this area that's so nice. Is we're very close to Nevada City. We're very close to the Gold Run area. We're just down the way from really the formation of California. Mm-hmm. So
this is where the gold rush started.
This is where the gold rush started.
That's why I love being around this area.
Yeah. So we saw some really cool stuff from the Nevada City Mint. And so particularly these, I really, really like these. So this series of bars, so they're rough pour bars from Nevada City. So how far is Nevada City from us?
Oh, gosh.
45 minutes?
Yeah, about 45 minutes.
Yeah. So rough pour bars, and then they were put in pennyweight. So this is, I can't read it from there.
It's like 5 pennyweight, right?
Yeah, 5 pennyweight, 5 grain. So they're pennyweights and grains. So I weighed it, it's 0.25 ounces. This is like 2.251. And so different ones, and then here, I'll pull one out because they're neat.
Kind of rustic looking.
Yeah, neat toning on them. So 999 fine, weight and pennyweight, and then California. So this one, 1982, number 296. So serial numbered bar.
Yeah, low digit serial number.
Yeah, low digit. And then I think all of them were 296. I just noticed this the other day. Number 296, 1979. So I don't know if the people who bought these, I don't know if just every year they were they got 296, because I think we had like 1977 to 1983, and I think all of them were 296.
Well, let's investigate the perfect scenario. Maybe this person worked at because they're a private assayer, right? They
Could be.
They worked there, and there was something significant about 296 that they had to have it every year.
Yeah. 1985. I thought it stopped at 1983. I was wrong. 296. I'll tell you, when you get buying stuff, we're buying stuff so fast. It's like I forget.
Yeah.
I forget what I'm seeing half the time. So those
because now you're in a rhythm, right? You're seeing less less time that you're holding on to the product. There's a quicker turnaround time.
Yeah, and we really have to. We're just moving through stuff, buying stuff, doing what we can with
These
it.
are cool right here.
Yeah, so those are same thing. Those are Nevada City Mint. That one's really neat.
Oh, Bodie.
Yeah, that's from Bodie.
That's the little ghost town where all the ghost hunters like to go to.
I don't know how I never heard of it, but what caught me about it was right there where it says, "Goodbye, God, I'm going to Bodie." And I was like, what is that all about? So I Googled it, and I guess it's like wildly haunted. It's like an old mining town or whatever. So we're going, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're
That would
going.
be kind of neat
It's
to
cool.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make our own ghost hunting equipment.
The next time you go out to like Jackson or somewhere in that area,
Yeah.
in the foothills, that's a good trip.
Yeah.
Ione, right? Ione, that's where the haunted hospital, I guess, is out there too. A lot of haunted stuff out that way.
I mean, it stands to reason. There's a lot of. It's the gold rush era, so there's a lot of people in the area, but a lot of violence and a lot of turbulence.
Wild West, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay off my claim, you Yankee.
Yeah, basically, I think that's you have
Papers,
a tattoo
please.
that says that, right?
Sorry, sir, I have no papers whatsoever. It's good to see because you don't ever see this anywhere else across the country.
Well, it's the one thing that's unique to our area. So it's nice because, we know some other dealers on the East Coast, and I'm always kind of sad because on the East Coast, they get more colonial currency, colonial coin.
Yeah.
It didn't make its way out here. We see more stuff from San Francisco Mint. We see more commemoratives from San Francisco, of course. More Carson City stuff. We're in closer proximity to, so we'll see more, but we don't get to see old currency as much as I'd like to. So this is the stuff that gets to be uniquely California, uniquely Placer County.
Yeah.
And so we get to see it and we get to laugh and say, finally we win. Finally we get to win. Yeah. And then we swung to the other side, so we've got this kind of old rustic Nevada City stuff, and then we had a bunch of, not a bunch really, but some modern pieces, but kind of neat stuff. This was the National Park. So this is a private mint. I forget what mint made this now. It's probably in the paperwork. But they worked with John Mercanti because John Mercanti retired from the U.S. Mint from being the chief engraver. So now he just does private work. And this was for the National Park Commemorative. So it's St. Gaudens National Park Foundation Commemorative, 1933. They put the 33 on it, which is funny.
Yeah, total troll job because it was illegal to own 33 St. Gaudens.
Yeah, so they make it a 33 St. Gaudens. Yeah. But kind of neat. This is a 3-ounce private issue, first day of issue, reverse proof 70.
Yeah, let's check this out.
So it's you can't really tell. It's a thick. It's in a.
Look at that thing.
That's the most soap-looking soap box.
You said it was 3 ounces?
3 ounces, yeah. So
it's
beefy.
deceptive.
Yeah.
The diameter looks to be like Silver Eagle size. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got Mercanti's signature around it.
Yeah, signed by Mercanti. Right, nice stuff. It's out there.
That was wild.
I'd never seen it before. Never heard of it. And then we had this other one. And at first glance, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. Wait, I want to make sure it's not the neatest of the neat because there's one that's super neat. Okay, yeah, this is St. Gaudens, same thing, National Park Foundation, but it is 5-ounce special proof 70, super incuse. And at first I was like, oh, I guess it's that thing is as incuse as incuse gets. It looks like you could drink out of it.
It's deep.
It's deep.
It's like you could pour 8 ounces of water in the thing and it won't spill over on the side. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's a Grand Canyon like.
And then the back is super incuse as well.
Jeez.
So yeah, how thick is the coin in the middle?
Look at that.
Lowest part of being super
and not only is it a large
side.
slab, it's super thick too, man. It's a brick.
Yeah.
Super incuse. They actually use those words.
Yeah.
I thought you were just
Oh no, I'm not
trying to be hip and cool and just say, "Oh, it's super awesome," you know.
Well, here's the thing: is that
St.
doesn't
John's
mean that
have-
I'm not super hip and cool. But
What's
I
funny
wasn't
is
trying.
they denoted a half eagle denomination on it. That's what it says on the thing there.
Really, I didn't.
Yeah,
even
say a
notice that.
half eagle by pre-33 gold is what, $5?
Yeah,
$5 denom.
that's.
Oh, they
interesting.
they did
Why
the
do they call it the
Roman
half?
numeral.
But
Man,
then they
that
put
is
the
so
but
cool.
then they put the Godin's 20 and the that is interesting. They're just doing whatever they want. It's just private mint stuff. But super neat. I mean, nice.
How many of those did they make? Is it on the certificate there?
Ooh, let's see. I don't know.
Can't be a lot.
This was. Yep, only 1,000 made. This is number 420. Today is 420.
Oh, woo!
Woo!
That's actually a lucky number with
That
a lot of
is-
people. And
that
420,
is-
you know,
especially in California.
In California.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you could use this as a bong if you need to. That is how incuse it is.
I guess so.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a kid-friendly show, but not today.
Yeah, I take back what I said.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's super incuse. Anyway, that's funny. It's,
Yeah, you
so number
said you
four-
said it's serial number 420. I'm like, no way. You
Yeah.
can't figure a more perfect
Yep.
serial
That's
number
funny.
for that.
National Park Foundation. So that one is cool.
Okay,
And
let's
then
see.
we
Let's see this other
saw
one.
this, and this is the fun thing about working in this industry is we get to learn stuff all the time.
Yeah, this was a showstopper for us, for sure.
Hey,
Love
U.S. Mint,
this.
by the way, note the packaging on their high-end product
Yeah,
because you guys
Beautiful.
definitely need the help
yeah.
here.
Certificate of authenticity,
My word.
beauty.
So tell me about that design because it's also a St. Gaudens design,
Yeah,
right?
so come to find out, I didn't know this until we saw this and looked into it. This was the first design. This was St. Gaudens' first design for the $20 gold piece. Liberty had wings and she had a feathered crown.
wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then the shorter rays.
We saw that and I was like, am I wrong that rule? And then
Yeah.
April was like, this is my favorite thing
Ever.
I don't know why they didn't go with that design. I think it's so striking.
Yeah, it looks beautiful in the ultra cameo like that.
Well,
Yeah.
the current St. Gaudens design is timeless. I would make the argument that you could have gone either way here, and it would still play out as being
Yeah.
one of the more iconic designs. You know, I could see it on the modern Gold Eagles as well.
I would say current design, or the design they went with, let's say it's not current.
Yeah.
The reverse is nicer. The flying eagle, I think, looks nicer than that, which that was kind of the traditional eagle from the $10 and $5 gold pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
But that one, and that's not even like, we were having the conversation because I'm like, that one's way better. And she's like, but the original one is beautiful. And it's like, yeah, I feel like we're talking bad. The original one is, well, pre this would have been, I think it was your favorite design. I know it was one of, I mean, it's a beautiful
Yeah, it's
design.
a beautiful coin
Yeah.
too.
Well, didn't they make a pattern with that same obverse? Because they always make patterns of all the different issues of U.S. coin types, and that's why they're so expensive. You've owned a few
Yeah.
patterns, right?
We've had some patterns, yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't remember if that was, it's been a while, that might have been the same that was on like the Gobrecht dollar, but that was later. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, patterns is kind of it's not even my area of expertise,
It's-
to be honest. I love looking at them, and I'm like, wow, $12,000.
It's super,
For a pattern, yeah.
super niche, and the only dollar we ever bought was a Gobrecht dollar, and I don't remember what the obverse looked like a seated Liberty, similar.
Yeah.
And then the reverse, I don't remember what it was now. That's sad. I'm losing my memory. Who am I? No. But yeah, that one, I think This one's so nice, we probably won't sell it. I think it belongs now in Mrs. Vickers' private collection.
Yeah, this
There's-
is my new favorite piece for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I haven't even showed my wife this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not showing it to you.
She'll love it.
1,500 on the mintage, and look at the number. Talk about special. The second to last one
Yeah.
stamped. It's not the second to last one made. I don't think they did it that way.
Yeah,
but-
$14.99 out of 1,500.
Wow, that's so cool, man. Dude, this is you can't write a better script for this week. This is all stuff from this week, right?
This is stuff from the last.
Mostly from today, but
Yeah, mostly today and yesterday. This is stuff from the last 2 days, 3 days, 3
Okay.
days. Thursday. Yeah. No, we've been cooking. We're really starting to get more customers coming in. It's been really fun to kind of grow the business together. See people coming in, trying to pay strong prices, trying to buy everything that we can.
well, and another milestone. Congratulations, by the way, on 1,000 items sold, and you've hit 2,000 followers, right? On
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Yeah, almost 2,400 now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not bad. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving along on that. I mean, like we're a little over 2 months in
Yeah.
there, so it seems like we're building. It's a great platform. We have
so much fun doing that. We
Yeah.
look forward to those shows every time.
I could
Even
tell.
at the
I
end
could
of a
tell.
long day.
You giggle,
Yeah.
and he cranks out the jokes.
Yeah.
It's like clockwork. Yeah, you guys are. You guys are quite the tandem.
the bad thing is when I crank out a joke and she doesn't giggle, and then I'm like, oh no.
If I'm reading something, sometimes I miss it.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it's just not funny. That's really nice of you to suggest that sometimes it's because you're.
And
being
she
nice.
turns at you and says, "That's fantastic, dear."
Yeah, she says, "Wow, thumbs
Those
up,
were words.
fella." No, it's been a lot of fun. It's a again really fun community. We get to know people as they're coming in, and then hopefully they're getting to know us. And
And it's a great supplement to what you do, right?
oh, for
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. And it's fun. I mean, we're doing them at night after working full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we're a little tired, but again, people have good energy and it's fun. So we look forward to doing it. We're like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
whatnot
Yeah.
night tonight. Cool.
Coin
Yeah,
collectors are fun.
it's almost like, hey, well, we had that crappy dinner. Let's have ice cream. It's like invigorating.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kind of changes the mood a little bit.
And now that you
So-
mention it, I kind of want ice cream for dinner.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 85 tomorrow, so it's 80 out there right now.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It's not 90 yet. I don't
not
want to hear
yet.
that.
Well, yeah, literally, I just went,
Already
ugh, and then I'm like, 2 months from now, we're like, oh, I'd kill for an 85-degree day.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be on 105 or whatever
Yeah,
our
I shouldn't
normal
say
average
anything.
is for the year. So in closing, wow, what a great last couple days. Again, to tell everyone about where your shop is located, they'd love to know.
Yeah, we're in Rockland, California. Come and visit us. We're sharing the same center as Applebee's and University of Beard. We're next to Burn Boot Camp and the Sheriff's Substation. So it's a great spot.
We're right next to the sheriff's substation
Yeah.
with an asterisk on there.
Yeah.
No funny business, people.
No funny
And
business.
they are located online. They're also on Facebook, all the social media as well.
Yep.
Come check them out. As of right now, every Tuesday and Thursday on Whatnot.
Yeah.
And they'll love you a long time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. All right. I want to thank you guys for
Thanks for
tuning
coming
on in.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Chad and April, as always. Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. See you, everybody.